Hey there, friends. It's Miss Rebecca here. I have a favorite book of poems that I used to have, and I gave it to my niece. And now that I'm making videos for you, I got myself a new one. And it is called A Light in the Attic by Shel Silverstein. And it has so many good poems, so I'm going to read some of those for you on this video. You're going to hear lots of good rhyming words, and he puts some drawings. There's not a ton of pictures, but usually for each poem there's like a picture. So let's start with Moon Catching Net. I've made me a moon catching net, and I'm going hunting tonight. I'll run along swinging it over my head and grab for that big ball of light. So tomorrow, just look at the sky, and if there's no moon, you can bet I've found what I sought, and I finally caught the moon in my moon-catching net. But if the moon's still shining there, look close underneath and you'll get a clear look at me in the sky swinging free with a star in my moon-catching net. The Sitter. Mrs. McTwitter, the babysitter, I think she's a little bit crazy. She thinks a babysitter's supposed to sit upon the baby. This is one of my favorite ones. It's called Rock and Roll Band. And when I was a little girl, I wanted to be in a rock and roll band. And so here's a poem about that. If we were a rock and roll band, we'd travel all over the land. We'd play and we'd sing and wear spangly things if we were a rock and roll band. If we were a rock and roll band and we were up there on the stand, the people would hear us and love us and cheer us. Hooray for the rock and roll band. If we were a rock and roll band, then we'd have a million fans. We'd giggle and laugh and sign autographs if we were a rock and roll band. If we were a rock and roll band, the people would all kiss our hands. We'd be millionaires and have extra long hair if we were a rock and roll band. But we ain't no rock and roll band. We're just 7 kids in the sand with homemade guitars and pails and jars and drums of potato chip cans. Just 7 kids in the sand, talking and waving our hands, and dreaming and thinking, oh, wouldn't it be grand if we were a rock and roll band? Oh, this one's hilarious. I love this one. I think you'll like it. Something missing. And I'm going to wait till the end of this poem to show you the picture with it. I remember I put on my socks. I remember I put on my shoes. I remember I put on my tie that was painted in purples and blues. I remember I put on my coat to look perfectly grand at the dance. Yet I feel there is something I may have forgot. What is it? What is it? His pants. He forgot his pants. That is a good one. I love that one. Here's a nice one. It's called Reflection. And this person is looking down into some water, seeing his reflection, kind of like when you look in the mirror. Each time I see the upside-down man standing in the water, I look at him and start to laugh, although I shouldn't oughter. For maybe in another world, another time, another town, maybe he is right side up and I am upside down. Oh, messy room. Messy room. Okay. Whosever room this is should be ashamed. His underwear is hanging on the lamp, his raincoat is there on the overstuffed chair, and the chair is becoming quite mucky and damp. His workbook is wedged in the window. His sweater's been thrown on the floor. His scarf and one ski are beneath the TV, and his pants have been carelessly hung on the door. His books are all jammed in the closet. His vest has been left in the hall. A lizard named Ed is asleep in his bed, and his smelly old sock has been stuck to the wall. Whosever room this is should be ashamed. Donald or Robert or Willie or, huh? You say it's mine? Oh dear, I knew it looked familiar. Is your room messy like this one, or do you keep your room neat and tidy? When I was a little girl, my room was pretty messy. Let's see what else. This is a good funny one. Bear in there. There's a polar bear in our frigid air. He likes it 'cause it's cold in there, with his seat in the meat and his face in the fish, and his big hairy paws in the buttery dish. He's nibbling the noodles, he's munching the rice, he's slurping the soda, he's licking the ice. And he lets out a roar if you open the door, and gives me a scare to know he's in there, that polary bear in our frigidy dare. I think I have two more here for you. 8 balloons. This is a fun one. 8 balloons. Let's count and make sure there's 8. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 balloons. 8 balloons, no one was buying. All broke loose one afternoon. 8 balloons with strings a-flying, free to do what they wanted to do. One flew up to touch the sun. Pop! One thought the highways might be fun. Pop! One thought to take a nap in a cactus pile. Pop! One stayed to play with a careless child. Pop! One tried to taste some bacon frying. Pop! One fell in love with a porcupine. Pop! One looked close in a crocodile's mouth. Pop! One sat round till his air ran out. Whoosh! 8 balloons, no one was buying. They broke loose and away they flew, free to float and free to fly and free to pop where they wanted to. This is the last one for this video, and it's called Snap. She was opening her umbrella. She thought it was going to rain when we all heard a snap like the clap of a trap, and we have never seen her again. She got snapped up in her umbrella. Oh no. I hope you enjoyed these poems, friend. I'll have more for you soon. Till next time. Bye.